I think that most of us seem to agree that the elementary students are not prepared for these type of lessons. It is not developmentally appropriate at this level because, as you stated in your video, they are not in these situations, nor will they be. So they just won't be able to handle these type of situations if they were put into the questioning process. This is what causes it to be difficult for the elementary students by them not knowing, you know, these type of situations or being in those type of situations. I think this is what Erikson was pointing out, and Piaget, they were trying to make the differences between the levels of, you know, at each stage what a child is thinking. And the earlier stages, they're just not as advanced, but the older you get, the more your mind advances and you start to understand principles and morals and higher levels of thinking. The teacher also provided guidance without telling the questions. That was very beneficial, and it showed the students that they knew the information. They also figured out what they needed to know to get a solution, and the hands-on writing on the chart, that was another way to show the students that they were independent. So I think that the teacher had a lot of ways that he brought things together, all by doing small tasks. So even though he only had them writing on the board, by them writing on the board, he wasn't having them write particular stuff on the board, because if you just go into a typical scenario in a classroom, usually the teacher is saying what to write on the board. But this time, the teacher was having them ask the questions, and then they had to write their questions on the board. So technically they were doing all of the work, which was good because they weren't just giving answers, they were learning the information. And this was something simple that I plan to use in the future because it seemed to really, really work for his students in middle school.